Okay, now that we have the rear one done, let's work on the front one. The front one's basically going to be the same. The bearing goes in the center exactly the same way. We have the 6 same bearings, except on these we have 4 other bearings. These actually goes on these, on the casters. So let's start building it. Let's open this bag up and put it all in here. Okay. So let's put the bearing together. Got my very small one, my 2 of the same size. 2 big ones. Here are my 2 medium one. So I put these together. I need to put my big bearing in there. Small one. One way to know if you're all the way in, when you push it on this, put the bearing in and you can see how far it actually sits in there. Like that, when you go and put it, you know if you've pushed it far enough down. Now I'm going to use the same trick. I put the bearing there backward. I'm just going to push on it to set it where it actually goes. Okay, now that I've put the screw in there, everything is rolling softly, no binding, everything's nice and tight, and nothing is actually loose. So now we can insert the other guy. Oh no, I'm losing my bearings. Don't know where to go. Losing my bearings, don't know where to go. Get it? Okay, it's an old sailor's joke. Makes noise. Can be noisy on the trails. Oh no. So here again, the bearings for the CVDs, for these one, go at the end here. Needs to be pushed in. There we go. Yay. You know, they should drill out here and put a set screw so we can lock them. But hey, these are pretty good compared to SCX10s, or the old way they used to do it, because they're pretty tight in there compared to axial. That's why in the axial you used to have glass lockers, or lockers to lock them down. Now once you've pushed it in there, they're pretty flush to the edge. Pretty hard to see, but it's kind of concave and they're pretty flush. You'll know right away if they're not deep enough when you try to put the caster on it with the bearings, and they just won't fit. So you'll know very quickly. So that's that. Now to put some grease in here. A bunch of goop came out. Now let's close it up. Put the 4 screws. Put the 4 screws in there, and I'll get right back to you. Now the 4 screws are in. The CVDs are in. I'm going to have to open up the bag and get the bearings out. There's these guys. Now this is the front, and you have to basically figure out which one is the right, which one is the left. So if I put this on there, these are in the front for the steering, which works out. But when I put this one in here, my shaft is actually pointing down. So I know this is not the right one that goes there. But if I take this one and I put it in there, now my shaft is straight with the dry shaft. And it gives me that if I held it right, it'd be better now. There we go. So this is the one that goes on this side. Now let me put the bearings in there. I've taken the bearing and I've put one bearing on each side. And now what I have to do is put the little cap spacers from the inside. So these actually go from the inside out. They do have a little lip. That lip is to act as a washer so that the two pieces don't touch each other but are pretty close. There we go. So now everything is in there, and the way I know that I got the right one in there is that the shaft is completely straight all the way through. Now what GCM has done is they gave you set screws. The reason they gave you set screws is because when you screw these in there, you screw them until it becomes flush. Like that, these screws are not get in the way or inside your rims. Permits you to give you a wider variety of rims. And these are not going to back out. Again, this is screwed onto the nylon. You don't need to put Loctite. Gonna have nice turning radius with this. And now to the other side. There we go. So that screws in there. Axle is done. It's actually going to turn like that. There we go. Front axle's done. Rear axle's done. And the motor's done. There we go. I've done both sides. All done. Looks nice. It looks sexy. So that's going to go in front. This is going to go at the rear. And this is going to go in the center. Now I need something that goes in between. That's going to be on the next video. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the trails.